I feel very attuned with the spooky season because I'm reading Harry Potter right now.
Oh, right.
And there's spooky vibes to it. I mean, these are the best books I've ever read. Yes. And I love a good book, dog. Your boy loves reading. I'll knock a book out, but these are by far, and I feel like people don't emphasize it enough because everyone hypes them up. People didn't emphasize, because people were like, oh, they're good books. Like, no, these are the best books ever written.
You texted me last night, like, these books are amazing. And it's like, that is a very funny guy. The guy who just realizes that the book is better than the movie. Like, he's at 32 years old and he's just like, holy fuck, the books are way better? That's crazy. That's so wild.
It's so good, dude. Should we start with why we didn't invite Val to dinner?
Ooh, we did invite Val to dinner. Yeah,
We had a beautiful dinner last night. Thank you, Ehsan, so much. Thank you, my boy.
Yes, of course.
And we did not invite Val. Why, Ehsan?
Because it was a dinner for everyone who helped me move. So it was Deric and Sam, because they let me stay in their place while my roommate was having issues. I will put that nicely.
This is Hans Kim. This is Hans Kim.
and then Bianca set up my entire apartment.
Bianca Parato. We will have her on the pod one day.
Shout out. And then Dean Stanfield drove all of like my big furniture that I bought in his truck. So that was the 5 of us.
Oh, and then I built your table that goes outside.
Did you?
Yep.
When did you do that?
With Bianca.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
That goes to Bianca.
Yeah, Bianca can buy you some McNuggets or something. Yeah,
that was up to Bianca to bring you some leftovers. That's what that sounds
like. So.
But those were Ehsan's reasons. My reasons was fucking I hate you. Those were actually mine and Dean Stanfield's. Weirdly enough.
Also, we went out to dinner the night before, and that was fun at House of Pies.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so we went. It was me.
Where the fuck was I? What the fuck, dude?
You were watching the Baltimore Ravens destroy the Bills.
Oh, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, me, Val, Thomas, sweet little Thomas, if you want to quit on a kiss on the mouth.
Oh, I want to kiss him.
Yeah.
Tommy boy.
Yeah. And one of my younger cousins, Zahin, who was randomly in town for a neuroscience conference.
They have those?
Yeah. It's called a neuroscience conference, or otherwise a meeting of the minds, as they call it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Dude, so much pussy at those things.
Yeah. I doubt that.
Those are rich guys. There should be pussy flowing at those things.
I guess it's why. If to me, it feels like just a super nerd conference. I could be wrong about that. There could be a lot of pussy.
My point is, women are dumb. That's my point. No. No. Women should obviously be at the nerd brain conference if you want to bag a fucking rich dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. The smart ones are there.
Yeah, I wonder if any women are there.
Yeah. I mean, outside of the one, like, you mean outside of the ones that like work in the neuroscience?
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, you know how like so like they have this thing called like baller alert.
Yeah.
So anytime a famous athlete or famous rapper or famous person, actor is at a club, the person will send out like an alert on baller alert, like, hey, this person's here. That should be happening.
Like a hoe bat signal?
Shouldn't that be happening? Yes. Yes.
It's just
a song in the sky.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But shouldn't that be happening at these conventions, you would say? That's where if I was a woman, I'd be like, yo, send me one for that.
Oh.
And let me go bag off one of these fucking super smart guys who's super dumb with pussy, probably.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's it's a wonder why more people don't do that. That should be like, yo, neuroscience convention in town, a lot of surgeons.
Bro, and just the baddest bitches you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So many fake asses, and just like, yeah. And they would be able to bag those guys. Because first off, with the athlete, it's like a 1% chance.
Right.
1% chance you get to fuck him. 0.5% chance you get pregnant, he marries you, all the other stuff.
Right.
Neuroscience, I think you got a 50% chance here.
Yeah, I think you had a great shot. Wow. Advice to all the hoes out there: hang out around med schools and stuff.
Duh.
Yeah, right.
Clearly, that's what they should be doing. You're not gonna get a football player, and their span of money is so short.
Right. It's the better play. It's the long-term play.
Because your odds that you're gonna get with a Patrick Mahomes is 1 in a billion.
Right.
You have better odds of getting with like a second-team running back, a fucking receiver, a guy on special teams, and your odds marrying him are so little. Yeah, you can fuck that neuroscience guy and get pregnant that night.
Yeah, I think there is a But there's an excitement about fucking athletes, though. Doctors aren't exciting. Athletes are exciting.
Shows how stupid they are. That's so stupid.
Well, it's
But
like
you know what's exciting? You know what's exciting? A trip to Amalfi. That, and you know who you're not gonna get that with? The fucking football player.
Oh, you might.
You're gonna get it once.
Right. You won't have summers on the
Yeah, you won't have a
coast.
summer home there.
Yeah.
Like, clearly, like it's like, oh, the exciting thing. It's like, you know what it is? It's like it's just something shiny.
Yeah.
It's something shiny over something that worth a lot of money that's not shiny.
It's an investment over something now.
Yeah.
But most people go for the something now.
I mean, most people like shiny stuff.
Yeah, shiny stuff is cool.
Shiny stuff is cool. Athletes are cool.
It's super shiny.
Athletes are cool. But the idea that you'd get with a max contract athlete are so slim.
Yeah.
Because he has his pick of all the hoes.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be such a hoe. I mean, and they're out there.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, when they send out those baller alerts, hundreds of women show up to those clubs. It's like, well, maybe one of you has a chance to fuck them. Maybe none of you have a chance to actually get what you're actually looking for, which is like get pregnant and have a baby and like get married to this fucking guy so you can truly rip his heart out and all his money.
You're right. That would be the play. There should just be crazy hot women hanging out at these conferences.
Yeah.
You guys made me think about hoes a lot. And when I think of hoes, I think of big lips.
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
filled in lips.
Uh-huh.
So I'm wondering, and Deric, maybe you don't know, but Ehsan, do women who have a lot of lip injections, are they better or worse at sucking dick?
Yo, Val, do you think I'm gay?
I
When
think
you
you're
said
married.
Derek, you wouldn't know. It's like, I heard, hey, Derek, you big fucking queer bitch. You would have no idea.
I don't know if I've ever been with a woman with like a clear lip injection that was like, I could tell like, oh, that's a lip injection.
Oh, like a ho-ho like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you've ever been with a Santa Claus, a ho-ho-ho.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing that pops out in my head that's like, oh, this girl clearly had lip injections. Because there's some that like, there's people out there that you can't tell. And there's people out there that do it too much.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been with, honestly, I don't think I've ever been with a lip injection or a fake dumpy or some fake milkers.
I don't think I've been with fake milkers either.
What about a fake dumpy?
No, definitely not a fake dumpy. Those are still pretty new.
But I mean, they're
chances are
out
less.
enough now.
They're
that,
out enough now that
that it's not like it's not far fetched that you do the
Right.
fake dumpy.
Right.
I've also never been with a woman. I've also never been with that one either. So a lot of dudes are getting fake tits and fake dumpies and fake lips.
Yeah. It is wild. The fake dumpy is like wild because like I was talking about this with Drew, the
Holiday?
server at the store. Yeah, Drew
Okay.
Holiday. Drew the server at the store, and he was like, it's so crazy because a lot of people like they're still new at it, so it's like ruining people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Because they're getting fucked up. They're getting bad ones. They're getting cheap ones. It's not like it's still relatively new. I would say fake dumpies like people are getting them in the last 10 years. Truly.
Yeah. And a lot of times we're seeing like what you see online or with celebrities or whatever the fuck. It's the best ones.
Yeah.
It's a person who has money to spend on that shit.
Right. Some people don't have that, you don't have that kind of money, and it's like, oh, just like rots your body. It's like crazy.
Yeah, and it always looks bad when you see it it's more in the hips than it is the dumpy.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It kind of like crazy, but it's also like, hey, for the future bros and the future hoes, these ladies are fucking and doing the Wild West of ass implants for y'all. So if you're listening to this in like 2080, you got to be thankful. You got to just pull one out for the hoes of the past, dog.
They're the 49ers of dump trucks.
Yeah.
They're getting to the gold early, dude.
They're getting to the gold early, and they're figuring out what works and what doesn't for y'all.
Damn, they are.
For y'all. So they're really like a very important part of humanity. They're such an important purpose. Someone has to be the first ones to have fake asses. Might as well be us. Might as well be our generation.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're the first generation with fake. Man, this generation just has too much time.
Yeah, well, we don't have to spend for so long. Most of people's lives were just trying to survive.
Yes.
And like we're one of them. And there's been plenty of times throughout history where people who lived in peak civilizations didn't have to worry about surviving. Like
We talked about this with Rogie. With old Joe Rogan. We talked about this the other night. It's like 3 a.m.
Right. About how there's a certain point in advancement of civilization where like, oh, we don't have to like work hard to like, I can reasonably expect to survive the winter. It would be kind of crazy if I died because of the winter.
it would truly be sad and devastating. It would not be par for the course.
Yeah. People would be like, "What? The winter killed him?"
Also in Austin, Texas.
In Austin, Texas, it's the winter.
Was he in fucking Antarctica? Because that's the only way that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
Or at least like Russia or Maine.
He has an apartment, right? Like it would be crazy if I died of the winter. But like even like 300 years ago in this country, the winter could fucking wreck you.
It wiped out a lot of people every year, every winter.
Yeah.
Every single one would wipe out people.
Just wrecked people.
Yeah, but now there's like fucking homeless people out in the winter, dude. That's how cool it can be. That's serious. That's how much it survived. Like there are homeless people in New York in the winter, my nigga. That's how far, because they at the end of the day they know like, oh, this might not be every night. Oh, I can get free food. Oh, I can get like a bunch of blankets,
trash can fire. At
the shit like that.
What?
Whereas you just had no chance.
And
there were animals.
Yeah. You had no chance. If the cold doesn't get you, the wolves will or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, bears and hungry bears and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know bears don't hibernate?
Really?
That's a myth, bro. Them niggas sleep like everybody else.
Wait. What do you mean?
Bro, bear, it's something they just told us. Bro, you know how like when you're a kid they just tell us stuff?
Dude, bears don't hibernate? Val, we just Google this.
Bears don't hibernate, my nigga. They like they're out and about in the wintertime, bro. People think they sleep for like months. That's not true.
Yes, bears hibernate, but they don't sleep the entire time. Hibernation is that allows bears to survive without food and water. Bears in colder climates hibernate longer than warmer climates. For example, Alaska, bears in the north hibernate for about 7 months.
But what is that? Look at that. While bears, warmer coastal areas hibernate for 2 to 5 months.
Okay,
that's what I was
hibernating.
That's not. But no,
2 months is hibernating, bro.
Bro, but they made it seem like. First off, they made it seem like every bear does this.
Right.
Tell me I'm wrong on that one.
It feels like every bear does this.
No, but they made it seem like every bear just slept for like 7 months at a time, and that's not the case.
Okay.
That's not the case.
Okay, that's not the case. Some bears sleep for 2 months.
And bro, you know what else? You can still wake that bear up.
Yeah, you could definitely wake that bear up.
And he will eat you.
Bears are fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, a lot of bear attacks happen when they're hungry. And you know what? I'm gonna stand on this. Bears don't hibernate.
I mean,
but they aren't sleeping the whole time. The fact that like that is like they keep emphasizing that on all these different things lets me know that like no, there's something to this.
There's something to this. Oh yeah, you cracked the case.
I cracked the case on this one, my nigga.
You cracked the case. Well, let's see. Asking wildlife biologists from the Alaska Department, do bears really sleep all winter? We're gonna get to the bottom of this. But aren't sleeping the whole time. But hibernation means okay, so they don't need to eat and drink. But they'll leave their den. So it's okay. So they just stay in their dens, but they're not asleep the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. They're not just in their sleep for 7 months, bro.
Right.
They're waking up and sleeping like normal people.
Right. Okay. Damn, that's crazy.
They lied. You know what else? Slavery wasn't real. Another thing. No, but yeah, I don't know how we got here, but yeah.
Where did you learn this?
TikTok.
Really?
Everything's TikTok.
Do you still watch TikToks?
Yeah, what are you watching?
Yeah, I just never leave Instagram anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
You know why I leave Instagram? It's too many, like, I like TikTok because I can scroll without being bothered. Instagram, I'm getting a message or a comment or I'm getting it every couple minutes.
Like your notification goes off.
Every couple minutes. And it's like, I don't like that.
But you're not active on TikTok, so it's like.
Yeah, I'm not active on TikTok, so I can just scroll. Also on TikTok, on Instagram, I see it's gonna be a lot of the same shit I'm seeing. A lot of the comedians I know, a lot of the people I know posting, a lot of this, a lot of that.
Right.
With TikTok, bro, it's truly random, and bro, I watched all of Shawshank Redemption the other day.
Oh, they just put it up in parts?
Bro, I watched the whole fucking movie in 30-second increments. That's like a 2.5, 3 hour movie. And it was incredible. It was incredible. And like I was, because if they know you like it, they'll keep showing it to you every other TikTok.
Right.
So it's like, ooh, I knew it was coming.
Damn.
I like my TikTok algorithm. It's lots of movies, what's going on in the world, and then random shit, and then random facts.
About bears.
Or whatever the fuck.
That's interesting.
How slavery's not real, all that kind of fun stuff.
Again, I think slavery was real. I'm gonna go out on a limb and think that's it.
But was it that bad?
Well, now let's have a discussion. Now let's talk.
I can't believe you're not on TikTok.
Yeah, I haven't like truly scrolled on TikTok in like 2 years.
Yeah, my Instagram knows me too well. It's just sports. It's just comedy. It's like, oh, you just know me too well. Whereas TikTok doesn't know me that well yet. We're still kind of like flirting a little bit.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Me and Instagram married.
Yeah, I have a very single man's Instagram algorithm. It's just like
No, go ahead.
It's sports and then like just hot women.
Yeah. Oh, my For You page
Yeah,
is
yeah.
every woman that has a Linktree in her account.
Oh yeah, well, OnlyFans is out here doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, bro. A good Linktree.
The second you see that Linktree, you know what's up.
The second I see a Linktree. Also, but I love it when you see it on a woman who's like, she's got a podcast, or she's like in the video, she's like selling, but you can see she's got like scandalous clothes on, but she's selling like real estate or whatever.
Right.
But then you go to that page and see that Linktree, I know what you're doing. And she has like 400,000 followers, and it's like, oh,
Right.
you got that from selling kitchenware? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I love seeing it. I just like knowing where the hoes are.
Yeah. Well, it's good to keep tabs on.
I like knowing like who's and then I love knowing that, and then I like going to the OnlyFans, right? Never bought an OnlyFans, but I love to do is go to the OnlyFans and read the bio. It's my favorite.
Really?
My favorite thing.
Really?
Because you can tell what kind of hoe, like how deep the whole hole goes. You know?
Damn.
If you see a bunch of letters, nasty bitch.
Bunch of letters? What do you mean?
You go to OnlyFans bio and you see BG, GG, BGLG, and like emojis like squirt, fire, like handcuffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're letting you know everything they do.
Oh.
A lot of them, so if you see that, you know she's down. A lot of them, if you just see a bio like, hey, here, whatever, don't do anything. It's like, oh, she's just posting.
Like bikini pics or whatever. Yeah.
So
Which
I
some
like to
people
know.
will buy.
That's what I'm saying. So I like to
Yeah.
know what level hoe are you. I like to know. Because you're a hoe regardless. And I'm not judging, bro. Be a hoe. Go make your money, whore. But I want to know how far it goes.
Right, like how intense you're willing to get.
Because it lets me know how to look at you as a person. It informs me.
Yeah, you never bought an OnlyFans?
No. Porn is free. It's crazy. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, just it doesn't feel worth it.
Crazy.
Because we signed up for that one. We signed up for that one together that one time.
That was a friend of ours.
Yeah, because we're like, we have to see what's going on here.
Yep. And it was very basic, very just
Yeah.
normal stuff.
And then I signed up for another one. I was like, let's see what this is like.
Was it a person who was really busting it open?
I just I wanted to know if she was. I was curious. I got curious enough, and then I wanted to see like what's it, because that one when we did was years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see how it changed, and it's like you have to pay more for the more intense videos or something like even behind the paywall, there's an extra paywall.
God, these girls are racking it up.
Yeah, and I was like, see that's like, damn, because then it's like truly like people feel like they're in a relationship with you, and it's like too much. It's like an extra level of connection in porn that, maybe that's us getting older.
No,
You know?
you're an addict. It has nothing to do with cocaine's been around this whole time, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you going that far, you're truly
Yeah, for
an
one
addict.
person is like,
You're an addict, dog.
damn.
You got a real problem you're dealing with.
For one person.
Not to say we're not getting older. We are getting older, but
Right.
that person has a cocaine problem.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that would be being like, a kid telling you about a new drug and like you don't do that drug and say, hey, bro, you're just doing cocaine. It's all
Right.
It's all the same thing. I get that you have a new name for it,
Mhm.
but you're addicted to cocaine. You know what I mean? So, it's OnlyFans, and I do it like this. It's like, nah, bro, you're a porn addict, bro.
Yeah.
You're a hardcore porn addict.
Yeah, it was definitely I would say a step too far, because then the amount of people who think like they're in this person's life, that's extra scary, because like that happens to what's a parasocial relationship. That happens to podcast people all the time, where people think you're friends with the people the people they listen to every week. But I can't imagine what people are feeling when they watch the same person fuck all the time.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're friends with like Brock Purdy after watching him every week for a few years now?
No. Friends with Brock Purdy?
Just asking.
No, I don't feel like I'm friends with Brock Purdy.
Well, Steph.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Isn't that crazy? Okay, so
yeah.
I want to know how far in sports does it go?
Yeah,
So you're like,
yeah.
no, I kind of feel like I am friends with this person.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of. Well, we've done so much for each other. I watch him; he does well for me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I feel like, no, me and LeBron are kind of friends.
Yeah,
I don't know why I feel that way. And I
Right.
saw when I asked you about Steph, I saw your eyes kind of
Yeah.
twinkle like, yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of feel like I'm friends with him.
Yeah, I get that. And Brock, we're getting there. Hey, Brock, we're getting there.
keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
We'll be
Keep doing what
married.
you're doing, Brock, and we're there. But yeah. But I'm not watching him fuck all the time.
No, because then you truly feel connected. But the fact that
Yeah.
you're just watching him drain threes
Mm-hmm.
and you do feel a little bit of a kinship
Right.
says a lot about how we are as humans.
Right. Yeah, it's so weird.
Right? Because I'm not kidding. I actually do feel, even with Steph, I feel a connection.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, oh, wow, when you watch somebody for that long, you feel something. When Kobe died, I cried.
Yeah, that was wild.
I don't fucking know that guy.
Yeah.
I cried. The fuck is that?
Yeah, the fuck? Wait, hey, God, what's going on?
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
So I do think, like, even beyond porn, I think if you just watch something over and over again, bro, you feel something. So yeah, then you throw fucking on that, and it's like,
Right. Yeah, it gets like
it gets
crazier.
dark.
Yeah, that's the thing. It gets like real dark, especially because if you're the type of person who are like, and you're subscribed to a bunch of girls and you're just watching them fuck all the time, it's like you're not going out and meeting people. There's no way. Like, it's so weird. Like, the more you're in this parasocial relationship you are, the more like disconnected from humanity you truly are, because you're just with this like electronic front.
yeah. No, that's real. I saw a TikTok, and the guy said something very interesting, one of the scientist guys, which is so funny that they're also like, they go on pods to talk about how great, like, doing the thing that's ruining us, and they're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, because you like it too, you fucking piece of shit.
Well, they're trying to get money.
Trying to get money.
Yeah.
But he was saying how, like, you know, of course, back in the day when it was just hunter-gatherer shit, you would hunt and you'd be with your tribe. And there was communication, but you're not talking. It's like a 10-hour hunt, so you're not talking the whole time. A lot of times it's quiet. You're just with each other. So you're just kind of taking in nature. You're just kind of taking in. So it's nonstop self-evaluation because you're just with yourself. So your brain is constantly, like, those 10 hours being filled up in your mind.
Right.
It's not like you're blanking out. So you're constantly with yourself and answering yourself questions and asking yourself questions and all these things. You know what I mean? And then to now where nothing is internal. It's all external. You're constantly looking at your phone. You're constantly not living in your head.
Right, because I think about how much time, like, if I'm bored or even at any situation, I just like look at my phone.
Yeah.
That's like the natural. It's like offloaded that part of life. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, bro. It's kind of crazy. You're external. Everything's external now. Nothing's internal. So that shit fucks with you.
Yeah, and it's like you have to make an effort to be internal. You have to make an effort to be like, I'm staying off my phone.
Yeah. So everyone, keep listening to this podcast.
Yeah, please.
Hey, don't stop listening to that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
everything
yeah.
else in your life, don't listen to that.
Yeah. Be in the moment. All those times you're not listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Other than Wednesdays at noon, be in the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that shit's bad. Oh man, dude, it's gonna get so bad. It's gonna get so bad.
People say it's gonna get so bad. Hasn't it always kind of been bad?
Yeah, but you're acting like things can't get worse.
That's true. It's also been going great, but like I don't think there's been a time where things haven't been like bad. That's life. Life is just hard.
Yeah,
just struggle.
But I think everyone is way more unhappy than they used to be, because there's just no way you're happier on your phone than you would be off your phone.
No, there's no way.
There's no fucking way, dude.
And
I'll stand on that one.
And like, you know, it's this sort of weird effect of like people not being able to buy houses and stuff anymore, and like everyone's a renter.
Yeah.
And so when you rent, you're just moving a lot all the time, and it's like the physical community for people isn't there anymore.
Nope.
Like
And that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. Like, yo, I remember like, you know, just growing up in the neighborhood I grew up in, all the kids in the neighborhood, how we'd hang out all the time. Like there was a physical network of people around you.
No one has kids.
But well, now in a world where people aren't having kids in America, I mean, I'm 32. Usually, every generation before me probably had 2-3 kids by now.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm not even close.
Bro, everyone in our building, on average, is from age, and our building has fucking 500 rooms. It's like a hotel. It's crazy how big it is.
Yeah.
And I'd say the average age is 25 to 35.
And no kids in the place.
Not a single kid.
Yeah.
That doesn't even fucking make sense, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Not a single one. Not one person with a child.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy. But yeah, it's like
community. That's why I was like, no, that's gonna get worse. Hey,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a problem.
Well, I mean, like, well, you know, but this is. It feels like it's kind of by design. It's like it's so expensive to get a house. It's so expensive to have a child. So it's like most people are like, well, I can't afford this, and they don't do it.
Even though you can.
Yeah, you can, but
You're telling yourself you can't.
You're telling yourself
because you are looking online and you're seeing this other life.
That too. But it's also like, but you know, there is like, because there's always something more out there, and you can see all that. That's
We used to not be able to see it.
Yeah, sure, that's a part of it. And so yeah, you just had to fucking have kids because that's the only thing to do.
Yeah,
right. So
and then you realize like, oh, I can take care of a kid.
Yeah. There's more to do for sure, but also like it's the same thing. It's like most people. I don't think it's also kind of a stability thing. If you're renting year to year, you're less likely to be thinking about having a kid, because most people think, when I have a place, I can have a family, and that's how we were kind of conditioned to think. And I think that's probably how we were like as people. After we stopped being hunter-gatherers or whatever, once we like had cities and stuff, that's probably what most people thought. Like, I'll live here for a while or forever, have a kid, we keep going.
Yep.
But if you can't get a house, I think the kid gets knocked back, because you're like, I need a place to live.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're putting this in your brain. Also, I think because everyone has a phone, everyone believes they're special now. Everyone believes they're an individual, so narcissism is going crazy, which is now making you not want to have a kid. You are now the most important thing. That's what I think. Phone has made everyone believe they are important.
Interesting. And so, like, why have a kid?
I gotta focus on me.
I gotta focus on yeah. A kid will ruin that.
Kid will ruin that.
It's like some people have kids to have someone to hang out with rather than have kids to be a parent.
100%.
And that's scary.
That's scary too. But yeah, that's what I think. I think there's a lot of elements at play. And again, everything's always better. Yeah, bro, the iPhone's getting better.
Right.
Something bad, but there's something bad happening.
Right.
For that iPhone to keep getting better.
Everything has a cost.
Everything has a cost.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, you're like, oh, it's gonna get better. It's like, yeah, it will, but this is gonna have a cost.
I also
don't know if
feel
it's
like
gonna get better. I just think it's always been hard.
Yeah.
It has always been hard.
Yeah,
but there's peaks and valleys of hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I also feel like in previous generations, there were at least, 10 years of set societal standards. And I think what we're experiencing now is because of technology, a lot of these societal norms are just like evaporating or changing. And so it's like, in my opinion, things do feel harder in a way that only my generation understands, and then those that follow. Because like you can't give me advice.
What does that mean exactly?
You can't give me advice on how to handle like like things that are my connection with my relationship with my phone, because you're figuring it out too.
Yep.
And like previous generations, it was a rotary phone, right? Or like you had to have money to go, and so like there was enough generations to experience that same thing to then implement that whatever or help you with it.
Technology moves at such a fast rate that there's nothing.
No one can give advice.
No one can give advice.
She's a great point.
I can't tell a kid how to handle VR.
Nope. And you can't tell a kid anything no more because I can look it up.
Right.
So now mom and dad are wrong. You used to not know your mom and dad were wrong till you were an adult. That's when you found out, oh, man, mom and dad don't know everything. Now I find out mom and dad are wrong, and I'm like 7. I'm like, yo, this nigga told me some shit, and I looked it up, and that was not what it was. That's a game changer, bro. Because you're not, yeah, every parent is wrong, but your kid's not supposed to know that yet.
Yeah,
you're supposed to just kind of listen to you blindly.
Yeah. You're supposed to be able to lie to them. That's how you get them to do what's really good for them, because they don't know what's good for them.
Bro, I saw a thing the other day. It was really great. It's from Amon Ross St.
Brown.
His dad.
Let's go.
Amon Ross St. Brown.
Shout out to Amon Ross St. Brown.
Shout out to, and his dad. You know, his dad was a former Mr. Olympian.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So his dad ain't like just some fucking dude.
Right.
No, his dad knows the fuck. He earned something in his own life.
Right.
But he was saying, it was like kids make kid choices. That's why you make choices for your kids. You're a fucking adult.
Right.
So letting your kid make choices is retarded.
Right.
Because he's gonna make kid choices.
Right.
Just so I thought I agreed with it so much. Because now a lot of parents let their kids make choices, which is the craziest shit I've ever seen in the universe.
Yeah, what? Yeah, that is really wild.
But I think the phone, like, you're seeing other people let their kids do it, and you're like, and then other kids are seeing other kids get to make choices and like all this stuff, and it's bad.
Right. And it's like, now you don't want to be like, you don't want to yell at your kid. You don't want to hit your kid. So it's like,
Because everyone else is doing it.
let's allow that, and that just naturally translates into, no, let the kid make the choice.
Yep. No, don't let the kid make the choice.
No,
Kid doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
Right.
And not only that, but they let the kid make the choice, and then they applaud the kid for the choice they made.
Right.
Even crazier.
Right. What?
Even fucking crazier.
Right. Yeah. You're supposed to shield them a little from the effects of their decisions because they don't know
They shouldn't be making any.
they should be making any. Yeah. Yeah.
They shouldn't be making any, bro. That's insane. They're fucking 6. The fuck do they know?
Yeah. Damn. But they know a lot because they can look stuff up.
They think they know a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I can look shit up too. But also, you might know more facts than me,
Mm-hmm.
but you have not. And that's why the whole thing about respect your elders, because you don't know shit. There's so much more to life than facts, bro.
Right.
There's nuance out here, bro. There's shit that there's a
lot of gray
street
area.
smarts, just like that logic and shit. Like where it's like a lot of gray, and it's way more gray than it is facts. You cannot know a lot of shit.
It's almost all gray.
You cannot know how to read and get far in life. Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta listen. You gotta listen. Whether it be whoever the thing, and you have to listen like wholeheartedly.
Be like, okay, what's happening? Truly.
Tell me, I'm
Right.
gonna do that. And then you get older, and then you start making choices on your own. But you gotta know how to listen first. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I mean. It's like, it's gonna be, and not to say it's all wrong, because it's there's good in everything. But it's gonna be an interesting next generation. I think that.
Damn.
It's gonna be interesting next generation.
Yeah, it's wild. Like just thinking about it, it's like, man, I'm in my 30s, and only one of my good friends from high school has kids.
That doesn't even make sense, bro.
Only one. From high school, in my circle, only one. 2 of us aren't even married. And like a bunch just got married recently, like in their 30s.
So they're all about to have kids. And in 5 years, that number will definitely
That number will go up, but like by that time, in 5 years, we'll all be in our late 30s.
Yep.
That's when people are having kids now.
I know. Crazy. And that's when it's also, you know what's even more nuts? That's when it's the hardest to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it gets damn near impossible to fucking have one.
Right.
I love this. My favorite conspiracies are infertility conspiracies. That like, it's all about money. So there's profit to be made in making it harder to have kids.
In what way? In
IVF,
what way is the huh?
like having to pay for IVF, having to pay for treatment to be pregnant. And on top of that, then they'll convince you to donate, freeze your eggs, freeze your sperm, hold it in a bank for 10 years at this rate.
No, I agree with you on that stuff, Val, but it is actually physically harder once you're older to have kids.
I think now. Yes, like older when you're talking about like 40 plus, but I mean,
No, even
late
30s.
30s.
No, dude, late 30s is when
30s is hard.
it's that's when miscarriages and shit starts going up. The numbers start going up like crazy, dog.
Yeah,
Right, but why?
People are having kids in their early 20s.
But there's
late
modern
teens.
technology now, right? So it makes it easier in that sense. And we have a better understanding of health. Y'all's generation has a better understanding of health to where, in theory, it shouldn't be as hard as it's seeming to have kids.
Well, I'm talking about take modern technology out of it. All right, we live on just this. Or take everything out of it, Val.
Mm-hmm.
Me coming in a 16-year-old. Me coming in a 16-year-old and me coming in a 37-year-old. The odds of one getting pregnant over here is clearly way fucking higher.
Yeah.
Take everything out of it, all right? I'm just talking about age. I'm not talking, I understand what you're saying, that they're monopolizing things and all that, but I'm talking about just like the scientific fact. If there was no technology at all, and I'm coming in a 16-year-old and I'm coming in a 38-year-old, this one over here is probably gonna get pregnant. Her odds are way higher than this one over here. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Because
But
this one has 1 million eggs, this one has fucking 3 eggs left.
Yeah, 6.
So
Yeah.
what I add to that is that today in 2024, now the range is the 20 to 30 plus is also having a hard time getting pregnant. So that's where the maliciousness is.
I think the maliciousness is them convincing you to not have kids until you're older. That's the maliciousness, right? So it's like making it so that like we said, like part of what we said earlier, making it so it's impossible to buy a house in your early 20s for the average American now. And then on top of that, you're being probably fed information on your phone that's making you think, oh, I need to wait later to have a kid. That like the fact that I can't buy a house now means I shouldn't have a kid.
Plan B pills.
Yeah, Plan B. And like,
I can get rid of the baby immediately.
Yep.
I get rid of the baby immediately.
Making sure abortion never leaves the national discourse. Whether it should, and I'm not even talking about whether or not it should be legal, whether or not I'm just talking about making sure it's always on people's minds.
It's the number one thing every election or every whatever.
Yeah, so you can always fight about it. Like, think about this: the Democrats are the pro-abortion party.
Ehsan, you can tighten on the right where it meets.
This guy.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It is. Oh, there we go. Here we go. All right. So the Democrats. It might just be broken.
Oh, okay.
But this is what I was saying. The Democrats are the pro-abortion party, right? Yeah. Yet we lose abortion while the Democrats are in power. Because the key is not whether or not abortion is illegal. The key is let's make sure we always keep talking about it.
Yep.
So you never forget that it's an option. And yeah, it's part of that. It's like that. The overall conspiracy would be to convince 20-year-olds to not have kids. So by the time they're 30, they have to pay for the treatments.
Yeah.
That's the sort of, I think that if there was sort of a conspiracy, that's what you know what? I wouldn't put it past this health industry to do it.
Yeah. I mean, bro, when I was on TikTok, whenever I pass a baby thing, right, about like, oh, it's so hard to have a baby now, or like, oh, babies are so expensive now, which is crazy. You'll see like all these people like, oh, bro, if you don't have 30 grand saved immediately, a baby each year costs 50 grand. If you don't have this amount for a baby, and it's like, bro, that none of that makes sense because there's women out there, single moms, who make 40 grand a year who have like 3 kids, and they're doing it. They're taking care of the kid. So that's clearly not true.
Right.
But then again, that's what, if everyone thinks a baby just costs $1 million,
right,
it's a way to stop you from having a baby.
Right.
Yeah, even the initial cost. Like people, I have heard so many conversations of like what the medical bill is when you actually go to give birth, which is crazy.
What is it?
It's like they charge you to put the baby on your chest. They charge you for
can we look at how much? Just look up how much it costs to deliver a baby in a hospital.
Yeah, if you don't have, bro, and then if you don't have good insurance, you're all the way. They running it up on you.
Yeah, and that's why.
But a lot of these people that they're talking about don't have good insurance.
Yeah. But most people in America don't have good insurance.
Exactly.
Upwards of 37,000. That's not considering cesarean.
You see that, but the low is of 3. It depends on where you're going and all that shit too.
But it's like, that's insane. That's insane to make having a baby cost that much.
Yeah.
Like you can't have a functional society where it's
clearly the one is the midwife. That's what you want. That's what you want. It's more natural. You're not dealing with all this hospital shit. You're dealing with how people had babies since the dawn of time.
Right.
Which is just, there was somebody in the village who that's what they did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And clearly that's the way to go. You go home birth, you go midwife, and then obviously if something goes wrong, you can go to the hospital.
Right.
But how many times does something go wrong? You know what I mean? It's not like that's just happening to every fucking baby. You know what I mean?
It might happen a lot more than you think. I think the reason
I understand that, wrong is, but I don't think the number that goes wrong is anywhere near the number that it goes right.
Right? No. That could never be the case.
That's what I'm exactly. That's my point. I'm not saying I know things do go wrong. I know that. You know what I'm saying? But you can also handle that when that happens.
Right.
You can go to the hospital.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. But what's costing you the most is just being. It has nothing to do with. It's being in the hospital. Because you're in the room for, if you're lucky, 2 days.
Right.
Some people in the room for 4 days. And that's what's running up that fucking thing. Right. Whether you have insurance or not.
Right.
Because now you're just paying for that. That's why people go midwife.
Midwife.
You go midwife.
But man, what a fucking, that's such a huge scam to make. To imagine like charging someone $37,000 for the one thing they're supposed to be doing.
Crazy, right?
That's crazy. The fact that medicine is for profit is evil.
Yeah, but also the people who are getting charged 37 are going to like you went to the best hospital. You went to like you had the money to do that regardless, which makes no sense because that means you had insurance too.
Right. Well, I'm just saying like because you'd still get the bill. You still get the bill for $37,000, and then you get billed for what you'd pay.
Exactly.
Right. But regardless,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It shouldn't be that much.
it shouldn't be that much for any. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's probably more in the range of, for your normal poor person who maybe doesn't have health insurance, they're probably paying like $3 to $5 grand.
I don't know how.
Also, they're not paying it also. You can
Right.
just not pay medical. It is
Yeah,
fake.
yeah, it is fake. Also, I wonder, and this is really how many like just straight up like regular doctors are there versus they're part of now a corporate group. So my mom, this is maybe a few months ago, she was a little sick, and the doctor's plan was just give her X amount of pills, and I was like, no, I think let's talk about this, because it's like doctors now will just give you pills to give you pills.
Yeah, they want you to get addicted so you buy more pills.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. Do you really need these pills? And I asked her, like, is there any like private practice doctor you can talk to? And she says, in the area, they're all part of a corporate group. All of them are part of a corporate group.
Crazy.
At least around where she is. And it's like, I feel like that's probably the case for most people now. Like I got health insurance, right? So my normal doctor just retired, so I'm going to a new doctor tomorrow just to be like, hey, I have a new doctor, but it's through a group.
She's going to offer you pills.
Probably, if I had to guess.
She's going to be like, oh, you could be happier or some shit.
No. I mean, those aren't gonna work on me. But like, no, those aren't gonna.
Those don't work on anybody.
Yeah, no, not the pills. Like that pitch won't work on me. No, I'm not. I don't feel like I need a happiness pill.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these. And it's
because you're not a fucking idiot.
Yeah, every time I'm sad, I just sit on my balcony and it really helps. It's
yeah,
like
a little
sitting in the sun.
Go work out, go for a walk.
Yeah.
And that's for all of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That's for everybody in the world. I'm completely 100% against pills, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're
for your
fine.
mental health, yeah.
You're fine. Go outside, work out. And if you're still sad, deal with your past.
Yeah, unless you have like a legit disease in your brain, you don't need a pill.
You don't need a pill.
I don't think so.
No.
If you're schizophrenic, yeah, you need a pill.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But if you're schizophrenic, it's like, hey, bro, good luck. You got dealt a bad hand, my nigga.
Yeah, for real.
Some people get dealt a bad. Some people don't have an arm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people just get dealt a bad hand.
Yeah. They got dealt no hand.
Fine, we're back.
Yeah.
But that, like, see those numbers, that big 16,000, all that, that's just to scare you. They don't want you having kids. That's crazy. Then how the fuck are all these single mothers having kids if it's 16 grand to have a kid?
Yeah, you're just not paying it.
Or that's just not what it is.
Right.
In reality, that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, because it just doesn't make any sense. Now, I know a baby is expensive, but they make it seem like, people like to tell you, make it seem like a baby is just, oh my God.
Like a life. Well, the thing is that it'll ruin your life.
That's what people say.
Right. Like all your hopes and dreams or whatever, they kind of step on them. But that is the whole point of the thing.
Yeah. Also, the people who say that,
we're here.
The people who say that you didn't have any hopes and dreams to begin with, and you also sound like a bad person.
Yeah, it's like everyone who's achieved something prior to this has pretty much had kids.
Yeah, you fuck. And they're just a bad parent like everybody else.
Yeah. You're just an absentee father. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be great at some shit, that's the cost.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fucking cost, bro. There's a cost to everything. People act like bro, everything you won't pay for it later.
Right.
Which is how we got to this point, is that everything that's happening now, they will pay for it later.
Yeah, we will pay for it later.
We're paying for the sins of whatever motherfuckers. I mean, look at how bad, like, there's privatized prisons and there's privatized doctors.
Healthcare,
That's all because of the decisions motherfuckers made back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
It just keeps going. It just keeps going. We're fucking up. We let our kids have phones and we fucked up. We fucked up and we're going to pay for it later.
Damn.
We won't be there to see it, but they will.
Like the collective, we will pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when Val's in her fucking 40s, she's going to be like, oh man, like they're going to be like, oh damn, yeah, we shouldn't have did this. This was bad.
Yeah.
But everyone will be like, oh, but we have this other cool thing. Now your phone can make you fly.
Right.
You know, and it's like, yeah, but man, we paid for it.
Right. I think we're a lot closer to like just uploading our consciousness into a computer.
And the moment you keep getting there, you are getting closer and closer to Skynet. You're getting closer and closer to Terminator 2 Judgment Day shit.
Yeah, well, eventually all our thoughts will be in a computer. Like, I mean, AI is going to come for us eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're clearly creating a different being.
We're creating it, and we can't help it. We can't fucking help it.
But the idea is, if they did that, if we're doing that with AI now, pretty good chance that that's what happened to us. That someone just molded us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Well, God, yeah, because I would say it is very probably like 300,000 years from now, when it's just all AI beings, they're probably going to be like, what made us? And there's going to be half of them that are going to say God, and half of them are going to say monkeys.
Yep.
It's just the same debate over and over again.
Over and over.
Just
It's so fire.
Just
That's
through
fire.
different iterations and different. And so I think the answer is both. I think we were made by some sort of monkey god.
Yeah.
That's probably makes the most sense.
Makes the most sense.
And so AI will visualize themselves like whatever sort of humanoid being they will, like they'll eventually visualize themselves being.
Yep. And then extinction events happen and it all starts over again.
Mm-hmm.
And it just keeps starting over
Keeps
and over.
keeps
and
starting over and again.
It's just a circle.
Mm-hmm.
If I was gonna make a new religion, I would use ChatGPT or one of those to just put all of the religious texts together and then give me the true version of that. And then just run with that. Go crazy.
I mean, yeah, because the internet, I mean, you will be, AI will just give you the best form of like, all right, we took all the religions and here's the best one. Here's the best way. We combined, we took out the bullshit, combined the good stuff. This is the best one. And you know what will happen? It'll be the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
How right was I? Did you see that post I posted?
Yeah.
Everyone agreed with me.
Right.
It's way better than any religious text out there.
Oh, for sure.
Not even close.
For sure.
And just worship that.
Yeah, I could see how that could become like, because you don't know what survives from this. Like, if one Harry Potter book 10,000 years from now survives, and that's all that's left of the ancient Americans, they probably wouldn't even call us that.
They would be like, they worship this.
Why would they not think that that's God? I used to try to do a bit about it. It never worked. But about like, if 10,000 years from now, just a random laptop of ours survives and it's just playing one video, they'd be like, oh, that's their God.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
And then a world of people doing that as they pledge allegiance to their flag.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sai is their God.
Yeah.
Right? Or, you know, in the bit, it was like they knew, and you knew it was their God because he told them he was never going to give them up, never going to let them down.
That's what the bit was.
Never going to turn them around and desert them.
And people are like, man, that guy was so deep.
Yeah.
Which that song is deep. I'm not judging that song. But yeah, bro, like I think Harry Potter should be God.
You think so?
Yep. It's easier. Better book. Everyone would be more locked in. People would be like, man, it's a good book.
Right. But that's the problem with see, and that's the sort of fallacy of it all. I think in a religious text, you don't want it to be a good book.
No, the book has to suck.
The book has to, because you can't if everyone read, like, if you've read Harry Potter, right?
I'm on Chamber of Secrets right now.
Right. You've read Harry Potter, or you're reading Harry Potter, and you've watched the movies or whatever.
Yes.
I can't convince you that Harry Potter was in Slytherin.
No, you cannot.
Bro, but if you've never read Harry Potter, I can. And then there'd be a sect of people that are Harry Potter Gryffindor people, and there'd be a sect of people that are Harry Potter Slytherin people, and there'd be weird Harry Potter Ravenclaw people,
and there'd
be inbred Harry Potter Hufflepuff people.
I did put that in my post, and then because people would still kill each other over it. If Harry Potter was religious text, people would still be like, "Oh, I have to murder you because you think Snape was a bad guy."
And that's my point. If the book is good and people read it, that can't happen. I think a religious text in general has to be so kind of boring and so kind of like if you read any of them, it's like they repeat the same stuff over and over again. They do things to make you not read it.
Yeah.
So people who do read it or pretend to read it can control you. So if the book is good, the control is worse.
Huh. I like that. I like that theory.
You feel what I'm saying?
I like that theory.
Because, you know, what I would say most Muslims, most Christians have not read their text.
No.
For sure. Probably most
suck.
Jews.
And then you know what most of those people have read? Harry Potter series.
Exactly. But you can't like I said, I can't convince people that Harry Potter is a Slytherin.
Even though he should be.
Right. But I can convince people to hate immigrants. Even though that's like straight up in the book, you can't do that. Like straight up in the book, you can't do that.
Because I haven't read it. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's great. Unbelievable, dude.
Exactly.
Why? Just is like, damn, why can't J.K. Rowling write the Bible?
Because she wrote a good book.
Yeah. She wrote such a good book.
She wrote a good, so you need a sort of like kind of out there book with a really good salesman. With a really interesting job, you know, like Jesus, I've often said a magician,
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Son of God was kind of his character, and he had this thing to peddle. And people they ran all the way with it. And also, everything Jesus did was like magician-y stuff.
Yeah.
Walk on water. I've only seen Chris Angel do that.
Turn a little food to a bunch of food.
Little food into a bunch of food.
Water
That's
to
the trick. Blind man see, crippled man walk. Those are plants. In the audience. Plants.
Oh, I thought you meant like literally. It's like, you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
If he just knew a little bit about medicine, that's what I thought.
That's
you meant.
also very possible.
That's what I thought. When you said plants, I was like, oh yeah, he probably like literally like, oh, the blind man couldn't see, like cataract shit.
No.
Gave him a little weed or whatever, and he could see, or the whatever. Like it's like, oh wow, if he knew a little bit about medicine more than other people would be like, yo, this guy's a fucking, this guy's the Lord and Savior.
You know, in my mind, it's a plant. It's like someone in the audience that's, you know.
I get that too.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense. And then the coming back to life after dying after 3 days is a total magic trick. Total like that's on the level of David Copperfield making the Statue of Liberty disappear.
Yeah, the cut in half shit.
Yeah. It's that. So, but that's a good salesman for this weird kind of out there book. Muhammad is a general.
You know what else I bet? Because they definitely killed Jesus, right? They put him up on the cross. They killed this thing. A lot of people saw it. Like a lot of people saw him.
A lot. That's what I'm saying. This feels like a magic. Okay.
I think a lot of people saw him die, and he died. And then I think it was just a clerical error. They put him in the tomb. Somebody didn't know that they weren't supposed to get him out the tomb. Somebody got him out the tomb. People came to go get him, and they were like, dude, clerical errors happen all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. See, I still think that's still a trick. Still an illusion. And that's sort of like, because in the Prestige, you live your truth. Well, now the truth is the Son of God is dead, so I'm not the Son of God anymore. And
then he goes off?
He's just off living. He's just off.
There was a lot of witnesses, bro, saw him get the fucking shit beat out of him.
There's a lot of
To
witnesses.
death.
There's a lot of witnesses that fucking saw David Copperfield saw a woman in half, dude. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? That's the same shit.
You think they faked beating his ass?
Yeah.
How?
You fake it. How do you do any magic trick? People are involved. You have 12 assistants.
I just don't know if they had the CGI back then, dude.
It's not the CGI. It's just you could lot of eyewitnesses. It's in a book. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's in a book that people saw it.
Interesting. I mean, I will give. It's interesting that a bunch of different guys saw the same thing and wrote the same thing. That's very hard to do sometimes.
Right. That's almost like it's a coordinated story.
Could be a coordinated story.
If everyone that's the thing about eyewitness events is like they're very out there. Like usually like you're not as good at remembering what you saw as you did. So if 12 people say they saw the exact same thing with the exact same details, that's a coordinated story.
Yeah, well, it wasn't 12. It was like 4.
Weren't all the or whoever wrote it. Also, it's all written years after Jesus is dead.
Yeah.
So, but if a bunch of people have the exact same details for a story, that's a coordinated story. How many times have we been telling a story and I said this? Like, no, remember it happened like this. And we're like, oh yeah, it did happen like that. That's how eyewitness story.
In the Quran, Jesus is in there, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Does he get his ass beaten there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Exactly.
I think this nigga got his ass beat. I'm not saying he's the Son of God. I'm saying this nigga got his ass beat.
And
bro.
I'm saying he got it for a bit. It was for the bit. It was for the trick.
But you're admitting he got his ass beat.
Yeah, it's very getting it. I mean, you live your truth. Remember the Chinese magician kept the bull?
That's what I'm saying.
If you want people to think you got your ass beat, the best way to do is get your ass beat.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I know you're saying it's over a bit. I'm saying no. I'm not saying he's. I'm saying I don't know, but I think this nigga got his ass beat.
Right. But I'm saying that was part of the trick. So
the bigger illusion.
Yeah, the bigger illusion. I get my ass beat. You think I'm dead. All of a sudden, I come back to life 3 days later.
But y'all have to really beat my ass.
Yeah.
Even when I'm screaming, stop.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. If you want to really convince the world you're the Son of God, which is the character you're playing. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or was he the Son of God, bro? Or was he? That's what makes it cool.
Maybe.
That's what makes it cool.
I guess.
Because as much as
out there, yeah.
Yes,
for sure.
as much as
For
it's
sure.
nonsense that he is, or that like you can say all these things. It's like, man, but also that's what makes it cool. Is that it could be. We all could be wrong. That's what makes it fun.
That's what makes it fun. But it's like, aren't we all sons of God?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think we're all sons of God.
Yeah.
I don't even think we're all sons of God. I think we're all God. I think God is one thing and we're all living it.
Right.
Everything. From me to this fucking microphone to the plants outside to even fucking dumbass Val.
Yeah.
I think even Val's God.
Yeah.
Crazy, but yes.
But
we're fucked. I mean, bad. But I think my personal religious belief is that we're all God. And that was the whole point. That was Jesus' point.
And that's how you know Deric's taking mushrooms. He believes we're all one because we are, but it's a very
We have to
spectrum
be.
thought. Yeah,
It doesn't even make sense if we're not. It doesn't even make sense. And I mean the whole thing, the universe, all of it, all the as far as it goes too, with its ever expanding self, it's all one thing.
Or we're just some visualization of an AI that a higher being wrote.
One thing.
Yeah, right.
That's one thing.
right.
That's one computer code or whatever the fuck. Well,
Right.
then we're all one thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even if we are one higher that some other person wrote, that person is connected to it, so it's still all one thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not like we look at computer code as some other thing. So no, some shit we made, which means it's connected to whatever made it. It's all connected. It just keeps going.
Yeah. It's just it's, like I said, it's a loop.
Yeah, like everybody loves that last scene in Men in Black, the classic scene where he opens the locker, and then you find out there's another world in there, and then it keeps going and going. And you find out there's a million worlds, and then it zooms all the way out to people playing marbles, like these big aliens playing marbles. Right, and it's like, oh, it's like that's still one thing.
Right.
That's still one thing. That's all still one thing. So it's like it's all connected. You know.
That's yes.
It kind of, to me, it's because people fear death, because it's like, bro, you've been there before. You weren't here before. So it's kind of crazy to fear it.
Yeah. That is a mind fuck to think like I just never existed for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna exist afterwards for so long. That's such a huge mind fuck.
But you don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So it's, to me, it's kind of crazy to fear it, because like, bro, you've been there.
Right. You've known it more than you've known existing.
Probably way better.
It's probably really cool.
It's probably awesome. Or it's hell, like everything.
Yeah, or you get there and you're still renting. It's like, fuck, really? Fuck, still?
That would suck, man.
Even in death, I gotta rent? That's insane.
And they raised it? What the fuck? Last time I was here was not this much. The fuck, man?
There's inflation here? In the netherworld, there's inflation.
Dude, there's definitely inflation in the netherworld.
Oh my god. Eggs in death are still like $10?
Eggs in death.
Eggs? I can't even get eggs for it.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, dude.
What do you mean I need renter's insurance? That's
Yeah, this episode was mainly about how bad it all could be. But in all that being said, it's still pretty cool.
Right. The fact that you get to exist.
It's crazy to me that people don't think about all this kind of stuff. Because you'll talk to people and they're just fucking not thinking about this kind of stuff. And it's like, what do people think about all day? It's like last
Some
night.
people don't think, right?
Last night we were at dinner. We probably had,
And Val wasn't there.
and Val, thank God, which is why I was about to say this.
Yeah.
We had so much fun.
Right.
There were, the laughs per minute coming from our table. I mean, from our table of 5 people,
Right.
laughs per minute, like house laughs, not us chuckling. No, I'm talking about like all of us are scream laughing.
Right.
Once every 2 to 3 minutes. It was pretty much like we were watching a good comic on stage.
Right.
Like that amount of laughter repeatedly. We got there at 8, we left at damn near midnight.
Right.
It's almost 3 to 4 hours of this.
Right.
And we laughed harder as the night went on. And from the start to the finish, the laughs were big and loud.
Right.
Ehsan Ahmad, that entire 4 hours we were there, the restaurant's full. Did anyone else laugh?
No.
Not another person in the restaurant laughed. That does make me question what people are like thinking and doing with their day, like with their life.
Yeah, it's like why we're eating at a great fancy restaurant with your friends.
Yep.
With people you love. You're not having a good time? That's pretty crazy.
Crazy.
That's pretty
Now, I guess some people are there on like a first date or second date, and you might not be like, because you're like getting to those person, so it might not be like that. But not everybody in the restaurant was on a fucking first or second date.
Right. It was a lot of big groups.
A lot of big groups, a lot of people who knew each other, and I'm not a single. And people are talking.
Right.
It's not like we're the only ones talking, but we're the only ones laughing. And people were also very annoyed that we were laughing, because we were laughing loud and hard. Alcohol free, mind you.
Right.
Nobody had a drink.
No one had a drink at the table.
Oh, Dean had a glass of wine when the steak came.
Right.
A glass. Yeah, one glass of wine.
Right.
So no one's hammered, and we're laughing. You would have thought we were fucking balls drunk, all of us.
Right.
But here's my thing. That's every day of my life. That wasn't like, oh man, last night was awesome. But it was just another night in my awesome life.
Mm-hmm.
Where laughter is the biggest part of it.
Yeah. Thank God. Holy shit. How lucky are we? That laughter is the biggest part of our lives.
But I think to laugh like that, you got to think, like, I think people think like, oh, you're not thinking about bad stuff. It's like, no, you're laughing like that because you think about bad, like what this episode's kind of been. Where you're thinking about kind of like all the weird negatives of life.
Or you're not thinking. Bro, people don't have internal monologues.
scary.
They're just fucking blank, dude.
This helps.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, before the phone, there were still people who were blank. Like
But
back in tribal days.
I bet you there's more people now that don't have internal monologues than pre phones in pockets even.
Facts.
Pre 2008, because that's when 2006. That's when the first iPhone comes out.
Yeah.
Pre that, even with a lot of internet use, there was still more internal monologues.
Yeah.
So pre-internet was probably even way more.
Yeah, dude, people just thinking.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, but people were dumber. And it's like, but they were in tune with themselves.
Right. Well,
A little more, at least.
the fact that you have something to offload your thinking on,
Yeah.
they'll let you do like, I was just talking about it the other day. I don't know anyone's phone number anymore.
Nope.
Other than my mom's.
I know mine.
I know mine. I know my mom and my parents. That's it. I don't even know my sisters. I don't even know anyone's in Austin. If I was in trouble in Austin and I needed to get to you and I didn't have my phone, I don't know how the fuck I would do it.
It's fucked.
I'm fucked.
I think about that shit with my
Which is
wife
crazy.
all the time.
Yeah, which is crazy. Do you know Sam's number by heart?
No.
That's wild, and most people are like that. Very few people know their significant other. Do you know Thomas's number by heart, Val?
I know like half of it.
So the answer was no.
The answer is no.
Answer was a big no on that.
Yeah. That's crazy. You would think we would know that. You would think that'd be important to us, and it should be. Everyone should do that, and no one's gonna do that. It's so funny, but like, it's because we have something to offload it onto.
Also, no one knows how to get anywhere. Like I used to know, like as a kid around Memphis, I could get around.
Right.
There was no GPS.
Right.
So I knew how to get, places.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people now who drive every day, like for Uber, like their whole thing is driving. I took that phone away, even though they've been driving in Austin on Uber for I'll give them 4 to 5 years.
Right.
But if they're a person who uses that GPS like that,
Mm-hmm.
you have no idea how to get anywhere.
No. Yeah.
So
It's so wild that like people can't do that in their day-to-day lives. Like if you took away their phone, they wouldn't know how to get to work.
no.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's people like that. And then it's crazy to think about like just like 200 years ago, if you were in New York and wanted to go to Oregon and just in a wagon and some ox, you could make it.
I can figure it out.
You could figure it out just by looking at the stars and shit. That's
And,
crazy.
yeah, and you're a person who can't read.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, bro. Humans are so fucking interesting.
Fascinating.
Just fascinating.
Fascinating.
Absolutely retarded.
Oh, very dumb.
We're so dumb, dude.
We're so dumb. To be at Jay Carver's, the restaurant we're at, and not have a good time is insane. This is the best food. This is some of the best food in the world.
And here's what's crazy is people are like, oh, well, you get used to it. You shouldn't. That's you being a piece of shit. Because I've been eating good food like that now for going on 2 years now, right? Where it's like, that's pretty much a lot of the food I'm eating is food like that.
Mhm.
Still awesome. And we talked to Rogan about it. And he's still, every time we're with a fancy place with him, he's enjoying it, laughing. You know, how, like, because it's like, bro, that's the only thing you get. Everything else in this life is bullshit. It's all not. The only thing you get is good food.
A good
and
meal
laugh.
with friends. A good meal with friends should always be fun.
Yep. Friends and family.
Friends and family. It should be fun.
Yeah. That's good. Well, that's all you get.
Right.
That's all you get in this life, bro, is good laughs and food. Everything else comes and goes.
Some people don't get food. So if you're getting food regularly, you should be laughing a lot.
I guess when I say all you get, it's the only thing that like has substance.
Right.
Everything else is
What you put on it.
yeah, it's what you put on in nonsense. Yeah. But the food and the laughing, that matters.
Oh man, Val, there were so many great riffs. You would have laughed so much.
Oh, Val, you would have been laughing so hard, dude. God, probably the best time of your life.
Yeah.
No, it's the best time of ours.
Oh yeah, it was so great.
You know,
What
Ehsan,
what's
I
that?
learned that the friends that I brought to your show this weekend, it was their first comedy show.
Oh, I could tell
ever.
by how much they were talking to each other. I could absolutely tell it was their first comedy show because they
Yeah.
were just they thought they were at a movie theater.
Bad
Yeah.
audience members, Val's friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were bad audience members.
Yeah.
No, Val, did
And
you,
but-
have to,
but
did you
straight
tell
up
them
in
to
the
shut up at all?
front.
But here's the problem: they were great laughers when they're paying attention.
No, but I was asking. I know you've been there, but Val,
Yeah.
how did you? I want to know how you felt. How did you feel? How did that make you feel watching your friends be horrible audience members?
I mean, it was just kind of one of those things where if I put money on it, I would have won. Like I
You knew they were going to be horrible audience members.
I thought that it wouldn't be as bad. Yeah.
It's just like in their early 20s and it's their first time out in like an adult comedy club. You could tell. Like,
So you see what I'm saying about
adult
things are getting
situation.
worse.
Yeah.
Val, question:
Mhm.
When you saw it happening, what emotion filled you more, rage or embarrassment?
Embarrassment.
Embarrassment. Interesting.
Mhm.
Both, obviously, because those are the only two. Those are the only two feelings in that
No, I mean,
situation. It's
'cause I don't
rage or
think-
embarrassment.
I don't think there was space. Like, why be mad? Like, I knew they're the kind of people to do that, and I mentioned, "Hey, don't be like that." And they didn't. So you just gotta be like,
But But they were young, man. One of the girls had braces. You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
No,
Yeah.
don't put that on them.
No,
You're no. I've been young.
Still a grown person.
You're a grown up, bro. I've been growing out, and I've been at things. You can choose how you're gonna behave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was also the first time I've seen people in the crowd have their phone. And that was very different. That also made me
awful,
feel
right?
Yes,
Because you come watch us at Mothership where they don't have their phone.
Yes.
Dude, people can't escape from it. It's
Yeah,
like that's why the Mothership is so good, and the audiences when they're great, they're like nothing else. Is because people like truly, and they would probably never admit it or feel it in the moment, but they know the fact that they're untethered for their phone makes them freer to have a good time.
Makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's insane that everything's not like that. That should be, bro, when you go into a movie theater,
Phones
when you go
locked
into
up.
a play,
Phone locked up.
Concert,
Phone locked up.
anything that's a live event, you should have to put your phone away, bro.
Yeah.
Church,
Locked
anything.
up. Yeah.
Anything that's a live performance really going on, you should have to put your phone away.
Yeah. Just being at the Mothership these last 2 years. And Vulcan before that, it was like, bro, and you know what it is too, especially for comedy, because people are so into their phones, a lot of people haven't had a genuine connection with a stranger in so long.
Woo. And I'm not even talking about talking to one another person. You could be sitting at that table, no phone, right? And like, I'm on a date, you on a date. And we don't talk. We're at the same table, but we're not talking to each other. But bro, laughing at the same time, me and you just had a full conversation.
You're laughing at the same time. You're sitting at a table with strangers. Y'all are laughing at the same time.
That's literally what I'm talking about. Like, if we're on a date and I don't know you and you're on a date, right?
Right.
And the whole time before the show, we don't speak to each other. We're just talking to our dates. We don't talk.
Right.
Show starts. Comedian starts making jokes. We're both laughing at the same time. We are now having a conversation, bro.
Right.
We are, me and you, who didn't talk. Just from laughing, we're having a conversation.
Like an implicit, like, we both enjoy this.
And we're both like, oh, you got that too?
Yeah,
like, bro,
yeah.
there's a whole thing going on.
Right.
That's what makes a live performance so cool, is that everyone's having this kind of dialogue with each other, and there's only one person talking.
Right.
Because, bro, like, even like, I laugh at one, you don't laugh. That's a conversation.
That's a conversation. That's like, oh, you didn't like that one.
Or it just didn't get you, or maybe you did, you smiled, but you just didn't laugh hard like that.
Right.
Or maybe you just had a different reaction to it. Because maybe it's going on in your life, and it's something that, like, it's super funny, but you're like, oh, man. That kind of touched me a little bit.
Yeah. I've kind of felt that a little.
Exactly, bro. There's moments like that where somebody like, how many times, bro, somebody gets you, like we're all roasting each other or whatever, somebody gets you and you know it's funny, but you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because the other time when people get you and you scream laugh, you're like, oh, that's so good. But there's other times when people get you and you're like, damn, that is me. And everyone's laughing and you have to admit it's funny. You're not mad about it, but you're just like, that one got through the armor. I felt that one actually in my skin a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
You can see it in the roast circle with comedians sometimes when the one that like actually hits them.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Ooh.
And it's not like I'm not saying it hits them and they're mad about it.
No,
I'm just saying like it hits them and it's
them.
like, damn, that got me.
Yeah.
That one hit me in a place where I'm like, fuck.
That was real.
Yeah. So that's what I mean about like, man, that's what. Yeah, bro. But even this weekend with Joey in Baltimore, it's just interesting. I was just like, oh man, because the last time I was in Baltimore, I was there with Casey Rocket, who by far, we talked about this, has the best comedy audience in the world. Because if you're coming to see The Crab,
right,
there ain't no kind of comedy you don't like. And I'm not saying that as a diss to him. I think he's one of the best comedians, if not the best comedian in the world. I think he's one of the funniest human beings alive right now.
Right.
But if that's what you like, you also like
jokes.
You like comedy as a whole, my nigga.
Yeah. Like. Because not to say jokes like Casey, because Casey has amazing jokes, but you like this. You like a Stephen Wright because it's just set up punchline,
and you'll like a Dave Chappelle, and you'll like an Earthquake.
Right.
You'll like you like all of it.
Yeah. Because Casey does a lot of jokes about comedy sometimes. So
he embodies the whole thing.
He embodies the whole thing. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like he truly, I think, has the absolute best comedy crowd in the world. So when I was there with him, it almost felt like, even though we're in Baltimore and all this shit, it felt kind of like a Mothership show where like people were on their phone, not on their phones as much. People were way more locked in. People were way more in tune with each other. Just an audience of people who were kind of like-minded about, oh, I'm here for comedy.
Right.
And then I was there this past week with Joey Avery, where it was still a packed room, but no one was there to see him. It was just a packed room. You know what I'm saying? So you saw what that's like. And it's like, oh, it was like, even for me, I was like, oh, I remember what this is like. Sometimes you forget, you kind of get spoiled in Austin.
Right. Yeah. When people here there to see comedy. Like, I knew there was a couple in the front, like, oh, they're not here to see me at all. There's no way. They're on their phone. There was a 3 up front with some like Mothership merch, and it's like, oh, you're here to see me. They were great audience members.
Yes. Because they're like, oh, this is what I came for.
Yes.
And other people are just having a night out.
Yes.
And the best, obviously, is when you could turn the people that are having a night out and turn them into people who are like, I wasn't expecting this experience.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
All that to say, Val, we hate your friends. But no, it is interesting. It's just interesting, bro, the way people. But that's like since the dawn of time, there are people who just are bad in public.
Right.
That's not a your friends are bad thing, Val. It's just some people literally just don't know how to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely how you were raised.
Right.
Because I don't think your parents are great audience members and then you're bad. No, you saw how your parents act in public. It's all passed down.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm saying like, oh, you just in your head,
And
this is how you
shows you talk.
This is how you behave in public.
Yeah.
Not even in a live show. Maybe you've never been to a live show, but you've seen how your dad and mom or whoever act in public.
Right.
And so you're kind of going off, oh no, that's how you like. So you're just taking that in. You know what I mean? So it's just interesting. But yeah, it was crazy to see it this weekend. I really got to feel it this weekend. I was like, oh, because I just kind of forgot. You kind of get spoiled with these Austin crowds.
Yeah.
And you forget, like, even everybody's like, oh, Sunset's a bad room, this, that, and the third. It's like, yeah, but they take the phones. So yeah, the room sucks, but everyone in the room has no choice but to be locked in.
Right.
Also, I think, I don't know why I do, but I think when you take the phones, it slows the heckling down a little bit too.
Well, you think so?
I think people heckle less. I'm not saying they don't heckle, they still do, but I think they heckle less. You're more in tune with the show.
Yeah, I see. I get what you're saying. So you're not like in and out of it.
Yes, you're not in it. It's a little more easy to heckle when you're in and out of it.
Do you think people heckle more? Do you think there's any truth? Because this is just sort of theory you hear other comics say, that there's any truth to the rise of crowd work clips have made people want to heckle more.
Oh, 100%. I think that's a part of it. There's a part of it.
I have been to shows where I think people expect to be talked to a little more.
Yes,
for sure. And it's like, oh, I don't want to do that.
And then I've seen comedians where it's just like, that's the easier thing to do. It's the easier thing to do.
Crowd work?
Yeah.
So funny. I'm so terrified of crowd work.
You know, it's funny because you're terrified of it. I love doing it, and I never do it. But we both never do it.
We've been never do it.
I don't do it because it's the easy thing to do.
And I don't think it's. I don't do it because it's like, oh, this to me seems very tough, and it's not like I'm bad at crowd work.
No, I've seen you do it. You're great at it.
Yeah. I'm not. I would say I'm good at crowd work. I wouldn't say I'm great at crowd work.
You're very good at crowd work, bro.
Okay. Well, we'll agree to disagree there. But the reason why I don't think I'm great at it is because I don't do it a lot. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't do it because I'm afraid of it.
Interesting. But it's so funny because I'm not afraid of it at all, and I also don't do it. So we still get to the same place.
We got to the same place, but through very different paths.
Very different paths.
Yeah.
But I truly think it's just it's the easier thing to do. And now, that being said, I'm not saying there isn't great crowd work out there. There is unreal crowd work out there.
Right.
There's people who are very great at it, and that's not easy to do.
Not at all.
But if you want to just kill for sure, you can do crowd work. And it doesn't have to be that good, and you will murder.
That's true. Not good crowd work can get huge responses in a way that not good jokes can.
Not good. Yeah, a joke is a great joke won't get the same, and I mean a great joke will not get the same response sometimes, or a lot of times, as bad crowd work. It's bad crowd work.
Yeah.
As simple like, hey, what do you do for work? The basics. Oh, are you guys dating? Oh, like the simple questions where you can easily kind of turn it here or there.
Right.
You know what I mean? That could get a bigger laugh than somebody who constructed a well thought out thing that you've never heard before. So that's to me. And also, I don't do it because it's like, bro, for me with the art form, I didn't come here to talk about y'all. I could give a fuck about y'all. As far as like what y'all think,
right?
I could give a fuck. I'm here because I thought some wild shit that I want to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's why I came here. That's why I came out. You know, that's why I left my house, went to that first open mic. It wasn't so I could talk to y'all.
Right, because if I wanted to talk to people, I would just talk to people.
That's what I would do, and I can make people laugh that way, which is fun.
Right.
In regular conversations, it's fun making people laugh that way.
Right.
Could give a fuck about doing a headline. Like, to me, it's like also like the best comedians, I think, have jokes. I think the greatest comedians, they aren't crowd work people. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people who obviously are just, they're one-on-ones. Dave Chappelle, Andrew Schultz, where it's like, wow, they could do both.
But that's
to the highest level.
But they have the jokes.
That's what I said. They could do both. They could do both to the highest level.
Right.
I see Dave Chappelle with jokes, and they're the best jokes I've ever seen. I've seen Andrew Schultz with jokes, and the best jokes I've ever seen. I've seen Dave Chappelle with crowd work. It's the best crowd work I've ever seen. I've seen Andrew Schultz, best crowd work. And it's the best crowd work I've ever seen. I've seen both. Where you're like, and it's like, but like both these people doing crowd work, they're not just being like, oh, where do you work, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I'm getting to like the nitty gritty of something. And I'm going to reveal, to me, the best crowd work is, I'm going to ask you a real question to get to know you. And in doing that, I'm going to reveal something about myself. That's great crowd work. To me, not great crowd work is, oh, what's your name? Oh, Frank? Pff, more like Tank.
Yeah,
Fucking shut up.
That's the kind of crowd work I feel like I do. So, that's why I don't feel like I'm great at crowd work.
But that can kill.
Yeah, it has.
I've seen you kill with it.
Yeah. I did some shit in Houston where I just shit on a guy for being in Asheville for no reason.
Asheville or Nashville?
Asheville, North Carolina, which is like now underwater. So now I feel bad for shitting on him for being. I was like, oh, Asheville, what a stupid place. Turns out it doesn't exist anymore. So sorry, Asheville. Yeah,
Yes,
that flood fucking fucked shit up over there.
Yeah, I feel like if you ended up in Asheville, you were like, it's a mistake. You're like, oh, fuck. There was an N on that? Oh, dude. I didn't know there was an N on it.
That's so funny. You just thought it was Nashville.
Yeah,
and
you
you ended up in Asheville.
Yeah. Should we start the pod?
We should start the pod. Let's start the
All
pod.
right, Val, you want to start the pod?
Ooh, we got a game for the first pod of the spooky season.
First pod of the spooky season.
Oh, shit, I got to order those costumes.
You do have to order the costumes for our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
And I feel very in tune with the spooky season because I'm reading Harry Potter right now.
Oh, right.
And there's spooky vibes to it.
Okay, yeah, you know what? There's spooky vibes to it.
Even though there's
dark
other
wizard.
seasons, there's Christmas and there's summer in it and all this other stuff, but the whole thing is a spooky undertone.
Right. Doesn't the troll attack in the first book on Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yep.
when
Right
that-
now, just so you know where I am in Chamber of Secrets.
Okay, yeah, what just happened?
What just happened?
Yeah.
The Polyjuice potion.
Oh.
Just happened.
Wait, did Hermione take it?
Hermione took it. She already turned into a cat.
Okay.
And the boys turned into Crabbe and Goyle. They got info from Malfoy, but they realized Malfoy is not the heir of Slytherin.
Yes.
But they also, because Malfoy's dad, Lucius, sucks a big dick. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And also, they casted Draco so good. When you read Draco Malfoy,
That's
you
what he looks
see,
like.
even if I hadn't seen the movie, that's what he looked like.
I would say they casted everyone pretty well.
Oh, yeah, pretty much perfect.
Pretty well.
But I mean, he was just
Spot
that
on.
is what when you read it about him, you're like, that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
It's on some Joffrey shit.
Yes.
When
Yes,
you read about
yes,
Joffrey,
yes.
you see that dude in your head.
Right.
Even if you hadn't seen the show, that's what you see in your head is that kind of kid.
Right.
And but yeah, they find out Lucius, even though he got Mr. Weasley fired, he just got Mr. Weasley fired for the flying car situation.
Right.
But that's what they found out from Draco.
Right.
Is that Lucius also had illegal shit in his basement.
Right.
And so Ron was like, I'm gonna send this to my dad. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where we are. Oh, no. That's not. That was the chapter. The chapter I read last night was Harry found Tom Riddle's diary, and he figured out how to make it work.
You're deep in the book.
Yeah, he figured out how to make it work, and what just happened was he went into the memory.
Mhm.
You know, he went into the memory, and he
Right.
saw that Hagrid is like the reason for a lot of this.
Right. The monster.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hagrid's the reason for a lot of this
Damn.
with Tom Riddle. That's crazy. I didn't realize all that. They don't
Yeah.
really get all the way into it with the movies.
Oh yeah, that is funny because you texted me last night like these books are amazing, and it's like that is a very funny guy. The guy who just realizes that the book is better than the movie. Like he's at 32 years old and he's just like, holy fuck, the books are way better. That's crazy. That's so wild.
It's so good, dude. I mean, these are the best books I've ever read. Yeah, and
Yes.
I love a good book, dog. Your boy loves reading. I'll knock a book out, but these are by far, and I feel like people don't emphasize it enough because everyone hypes them up. People didn't emphasize because people were like, "Oh, they're good books." Like, no, these are the best books ever written.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal. There's a reason why, bro. No book since have people been like lining as big as Hunger Game was. It wasn't what Harry Potter was.
And I've read the Hunger Games books; those are incredible. I've read Lord of the Rings, fucking incredible.
The grip it had on society was insane.
Read
It was
one.
Insane.
Because I was telling Bianca, she was like, "Oh, wow, I like that." I was like, "No, you know." I was like, "You hearing me say it's a good book, but you're not hearing me. These are the best books you ever read in your life. Name a better book, bro. There's not a better book. Definitely not a better series, but there ain't a better book than Sorcerer's Stone. And I've heard that's not even the best book in the series.
No, I don't think it is.
I've never read a better book than Sorcerer's Stone.
Damn. That was a great book.
You have to tell me one, bro. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I think I told you the only thing that made me feel the same and like came close in terms of the ability to keep me hooked and like I didn't want to go to sleep.
You
type
can't go
shit.
to sleep.
I want to go. That sort of was Dragon Tattoo, but just the first one. That had me hooked. I was like, but while I was reading Dragon Tattoo, I was like, man, I haven't
Thinking
felt like
about
this
Harry
since- no, I literally thought I haven't felt like this since Harry Potter.
That lets you know
like-
Harry Potter's the one, bro.
Yeah, of like, oh, I got to keep turning the page.
I think if you made a motherfucking like list of people, I think Harry Potter would be one for most people. I think like if you did a roundabout survey for the world, I think Harry Potter would win.
If you got people to turn off their bias against J.K. Rowling. Because people would
don't ask women, just men.
Because I think it's like one of those they can't separate the art from the artist type thing. People would not put Harry Potter #1 because of how they feel about.
That's
J.K.
a small
Rowling
group of people though. That group of people, that group of people is the loudest on the internet. If we're being honest,
Yeah.
It's the people who care about shit like that.
Right.
It's the people who care that a woman said, "Oh, I respect all women and I respect your right to be whatever you want, but I just don't view you as an actual woman like I am." The person who's mad at that can suck my dick.
I mean, that's true. It's literally like their opinion, man. Who like if you
exactly.
Yeah.
You know how your opinion is that you're a woman or a man or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
My opinion is you're not.
Yeah.
Since we're playing this game, because I'm going off. Do you have just like she's going off?
Do you have a period?
Do you have a period where you do you have a penis or a vagina? Like what are we talking about right now?
Right. Well, that's how it all started, right? It's like she said she doesn't consider anyone who hasn't experienced a period a woman, which is a very fair take from a woman, I would say.
It's the fairest.
Yeah.
And again, nobody's saying that she's 100. Even if you don't believe she's 100% right, and I'm not. She clearly is. But if you don't believe it, that's fine. But she's allowed to have that opinion. So to put that on her,
Harry is crazy.
To put that on Harry Potter's crazy, and to put it on her that she's this bad person who deserves like all this bad shit. It's like, so now we see who sucks.
Right.
You suck. Because you basically you're the kind of person who's like, oh, you don't believe in Jesus? Well, fuck you. That's who you are.
Right.
You're that person.
Right.
And they would tell you that same person who thinks J.K. Rowling should eat a dick and go die and all that stuff would be like, oh, well, everyone has the right to believe any religion. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're a foolish shit person and you're the loudest on the internet because you're the only a person like that is actually going to get on the internet and talk.
Right.
So I think you take that little group of people out of it, who's not a lot of people, not as many as you think. Harry Potter for sure is the #1 book in the world.
I mean, dude, to keep pace with the Bible, you haven't been around as long as the Bible. It's pretty insane.
And you're shitting on it.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. So much better. So much better.
No, it's the best book of all time.
I mean, I would. I'm a huge Harry Potter guy, so I would absolutely agree with that.
But you've read other books.
I've read other books. I've read a lot of other books.
Bro, nothing comes close to this. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, the phenomenon was for a reason. This ain't no. This phenomenon was for a reason, my nigga.
Right. And it's like, damn, I don't even Val. No, there's no way, Val. You're like how many years younger than me? 8.
I'm 24.
Yeah, you're 8 years younger than me. There's no way you caught it. There's no way you truly caught and saw what it did to the country.
The world
saw what it like. Yeah, the pure grit, bro. Like bookstores lining up, camping out like it was the iPhone. It was like an iPhone. The release was like the iPhone.
Yep.
People camping out. You could only buy one book. You couldn't buy multiple books.
Fire. That's awesome.
One of those. Bro, I remember 4th book came out. No, first of all, I read, besides the 5th book, which was the longest, I read pretty much every single book in 2 days. A day or 2 days. Depending on how.
It's a day or 2 day read. And bro, some of these books is bigger than the Bible. It's crazy how it starts because each one gets bigger. It's so funny. They get progressively thicker. It's weird.
And then they get progressively thicker, and then 6 and 7 are a little smaller than 5. 5 is the biggest.
5's crazy.
5's crazy big.
Wait, which one's 5?
Chamber of Secrets. No, not Chamber of Secrets.
No.
Order of the Phoenix. There we go.
Yeah, Order of the Phoenix is huge. That one's huge.
Yeah.
Also, you know what else? Somebody said this too, because I was talking to Spencer yesterday, Bianca's boyfriend, comedian, and Sam. The reason I started reading them is Sam's mom gave her she's like, hey, I found these for you.
Right.
They've just locked in the closet, and it was the original covers. The really beautiful, like these cool hardcovers that are really cool illustrations, but it's very kid-like.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Spencer brought up a good point of like now they're kind of they changed it where the cover looks way more adult and like, way more serious because I think a lot of adults saw the cover and was like, oh, this is for kids.
Right.
And it's not for kids.
It's not for kids.
It's for fucking everyone. It's that good. It's for actually everyone. You know how everyone likes Toy Story?
Right.
It's like that, my nigga.
Finding Nemo. Or
it's like, no, it's like, oh, it's for kids. It's like, but it's for adults. It's like, oh, it's for who? It's for actually everyone.
Everybody. Yeah.
That's how good this is. Yeah, bro. It's also kind of cool being late to the party. I'm glad I saw the movies and I'm glad I know where it's going.
Right.
Because
now you can see all the connections.
I see everything and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine not knowing where. Like, I can't imagine reading this before the movies came out. So you're completely like, what the? Because I'm talking about, bro, from the first paragraph of Sorcerer's Stone, you are locked in.
Yeah. I mean, bro, when fucking spoiler alert, I guess, when fucking Snape kills Dumbledore, reading that, as like a kid.
You just ruined it for me, you piece of shit.
Shut up. When that happens though, that moment when it happened in the I'm talking about Half-Blood Prince. I read in a day. I got like the morning of and I finished it, bro. I felt like I was a different person at the end of it. I was like, what? He killed Dumbledore. Crazy. And then you couldn't talk about it with everyone yet.
Oh, I have to hold that in.
I had to hold it in because that's the thing. It's like we're all reading it, so I can't tell my friend. I can't talk to about my friends until they're done with it, and I don't want to ruin that for them.
Yeah, because that's one of the best things ever. And then people would also fight you for that.
Yeah,
that's something that somebody actually might punch you.
Right,
or legit be like, I'm not your friend no more type shit.
Yeah. Why would you do that? So it's like I just had to sit on it and wait for my friends to finish reading it. Bro, I hope there's another book like that.
There will be. I mean, everything's a circle.
Yeah. I hope I can see it in my lifetime because that's an experience. I hope that for like the people younger than me that never got to experience it, I hope they get to experience something like that, like a story that takes the world by storm like that.
Yeah, that's fire, bro.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I would say, instead of the Bible, you know what it's sort of more akin to, like a Iliad or an Odyssey.
Yeah,
like an epic that can like last.
It's an epic that's gonna last.
It's like our epic.
But this is gonna, as long as there's human beings, this shit's gonna go.
Yeah,
that's how good it is.
Yeah.
It's as long as there are human beings, that book is gonna go.
And then the fact that you can describe the world, you can describe yourself to the world as like a Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin. You're Gryffindor. You're full Griff.
Yeah, I'm a Griff.
I'm Slytherin.
You're a Slytherin.
Val, what's Val?
You know what? I think she's either a Puff or Ravenclaw, but I think she's a Ravenclaw.
See, to me, Puff's rave. That's in my mind. In my mind, raving is a Puff thing.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of qualities in her that are very Ravenclaw as well.
That's very true.
But but you know what though? It'd be literally if it was a Sorting Hat, it'd been like Ravenclaw, maybe. Hufflepuff. It'd be one of those situations.
Val, what do you think you are?
I don't know. I'm not.
That's
familiar.
a Hufflepuff answer.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
That's a Hufflepuff answer.
Wait, but so you've never seen the movies?
I've seen the movies.
Okay, but you've never read the books.
I haven't read the books.
Val, I would let you borrow one of the books. I'll let you borrow Sorcerer's Stone, and you tell me if it's not the greatest thing you've ever read in your life.
It is my mom's like absolute favorite series ever, and so you're kind of inspiring me in that like maybe if I read it, I can convince my brother to read it, who's 13, and we do like a book club. Talk to my mom about it.
Bro, I've been reading them out loud to Sam.
Damn.
That's how good it is. And I'm doing the voices, I'm doing everything.
Damn, that's kind of cool.
It's awesome. And my dad, I mean, one of my favorite memories it's so fun. One of my favorite memories of my father as a child is he read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings to me. He did the voice, did everything. And it's literally, and that's probably why I love those books so much. I mean, they're also just fucking damn near, if not perfect. They're just so good.
Right.
And then the movies, just like the Harry Potter series, the movies made it even. It was like very few things for the book, and then the movie takes it to it like, this is what I wanted and more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought the movies were a very good representation of the book.
Have you read those books?
No, I'm talking about Harry Potter, my bad.
Oh, okay.
I thought the movies
Have you ever read Lord of the Rings?
No, I've never.
You would love it, dude. I mean, obviously, it's not like you start reading and be like, oh my God, these are perfect too.
Maybe that'll be next on my list.
I mean, it's, bro, start with The Hobbit.
Okay.
Start with The Hobbit and then go. Because that way you're all, and that's how it's supposed to go. So fucking good.
Okay.
So fucking good. But literally, I remember my dad reading them to me, and then Sam was like, I was like, oh man, Sorcerer's Stone. I was like, let me open it. I was like, let me just, literally, it was, bro, I wasn't planning on reading it.
Right.
I was just curious because she had the whole thing there and they're all there. So I was like, oh man, let me look at it. And I'm looking at it. And then I read like the little things on the side and shit. And I was like, oh, this is so funny because it's Harry Potter and I know what's going on. Right. Bro, I read that because they draw you in. The first, bro, you remember how it starts? Do you remember?
No. It's been so long
since I read the book. It don't start with Harry.
It starts with Dumbledore. No.
It starts with the Dursleys, my nigga.
Oh, right.
It starts with the Dursleys waking up, having a normal day. But Mr. Dursley is like, it's a weird day. Weird shit keeps happening. But you as a reader know, oh, there's magic going on. And that's how they get you, bro. They get you because it's this nigga who hates magic. And they start off with that. Everything's negative. Mr. Dursley hates magic and hates everything involved, but you don't know why.
Right.
And he hates anything peculiar. He hates anything weird. And his wife really hates anything weird and peculiar. And she hates this and she hates that. And you're like, what the fuck is this? That's how they draw you in. You're like, who are these people? A.
And
but
why
they hate everything.
Right.
Well, they hate everything specifically.
Right.
They hate these specific weird things. And Mr. Dursley noticed for the first page, he leaves, he notices a cat. But the cat's not acting like a cat. It's just sitting there staring at him.
Right.
And then like somebody got near to try to shoot away, and the cat didn't move. So you are, I mean, if you know the movie, you know like, oh, that's McGonagall.
That's McGonagall.
But, but if you didn't know, you're
Which,
like,
R.I.P. McGonagall, the actress just died.
legend, by the way.
Legend.
Absolute
real.
legend. Oh, you see her too. Oh, that's another cat. Perfect. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's all perfect cast, but that's another, like, when you're reading, you're like, that's exactly what I see.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I see. But that's what made the first, like, so bro, I'm reading that and I'm like, damn, I can't stop. That's what it felt like. It felt like you're like, oh, eating candy or something, bro. It's like, I can't stop. I wanted just one Sour Patch, but I'm going through this bag, my nigga. Like, oh, it's so good.
Right.
The way they draw you in, because I wasn't expecting it to start like that. I was expecting it to start on some other shit. Some hairy shit, some Dumbledore shit.
Oh, like this is the boy who lives. So this is the.
That's not how it starts, bro. It just starts with perfect. That's perfect.
Damn. I'm glad you're reading it. This is gonna be fun to go through. I'll start The Hobbit, and then
Oh yeah, you should.
We'll do competing.
So you're gonna love. It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, those books are. Yeah, but my point was the fondest memory of reading my dad's. I've been reading them to Sam, and it's been so fun. And now I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to read that Lord of the Rings and this to my kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna read Harry Potter to my kids. I decided that.
And do the voices and do all the things because it's fun. And then also doing that impersonation of Snape is the best.
Right.
That one, Mr. Potter. Yeah, and just and seeing all the shit, but like it made me go like, damn, bro, I can't wait to read this to my kid because that's a cool thing. And to get your kid into reading.
Right.
That's what got me into reading books was my dad doing it.
Crazy.
And now I like
so
reading
crazy
books.
how good reading is.
It's awesome.
Reading's awesome.
Somebody reading to you is the best. Because now you're seeing it like a movie.
Right.
You're sitting there and you're just.
But you're the director.
You're the director. But you're the director, you know what I'm saying? But somebody else is writing the screenplay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you should definitely read it. But I'm locked in. I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Okay.
I'm so mad, bro. I brought Chamber of Secrets. I'm a fucking idiot. So it's a humongous box. You can't bring them all back in our suitcases.
Right.
The books are huge.
Right.
So I was like, all right. I hadn't started Chamber of Secrets yet, really. So I was like, all right, I'll bring Chamber of Secrets.
You're almost done.
I'm done. And the books don't get it. The rest of the box is here for like 4 days.
That's
I
funny.
fucked myself.
That's so funny.
Like, I would have finished it last night. I'm at chapter 13 or 14, Cornelius Fudge. I stopped there.
Yeah.
Look at you, bro. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, my God. To all of our listeners, read it with me. I implore you, read it with me. And read if you haven't read The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, oh, my God.
Right.
You can't go wrong either way. I think Harry Potter is, I mean, I'm also recency biased. I'm reading Harry Potter. Because you might start reading Lord of the Rings and be like, no, nigga, this is the best shit of all
I'd
time.
have to reread Harry Potter. I've read it when I was a kid. I haven't read it.
But you reading The Hobbit, you might come in going, no, bro, I think this is the greatest book of all time.
Okay.
And you're not going to be wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start reading the next solo episode we do. I'll have a little bit on The Hobbit.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
yeah, yeah.
Or you might knock the whole thing out. It's that good.
Little book club that we have where we read different books.
Also, rereading The Hobbit after you know the movies is going to be so exciting.
I don't know the Hobbit movie. I never watched the Hobbit movie.
No. I'm saying Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
so you're
yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
It's just like you're gonna be like, oh my god. Like everything's gonna be connected.
Right.
Obviously,
Right. All right. Let's do this, Mary.
Let's start the pod.
Yeah. Let's start
Guys,
the pod.
welcome to the Solid Show.
Yeah.
The first spooky episode of the year.
Ooh, yes.
You want to explain the game to us, Val? Val made a game for us.
Traditional marry, fuck, kill, and it's gonna be horror movie characters.
Horrorcore.
Horrorcore.
Whoa. All right. We'll read them aloud. We got Hannibal Lecter.
Mhm.
We got Pennywise and Leatherface. I got to be honest, before we even do this, I've never seen Leatherface.
I've never seen Leatherface either.
I've seen these two.
Yeah.
Have you seen the old version or the new version of it? I told you one.
Yeah. You told me the
So you've
old
definitely seen the old version. So
Yeah,
you've seen
yeah.
it, but have you seen the new ones?
No.
I've seen both.
Okay.
Incredible.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? We'll go back and forth. You want to go first on this one?
I'll go kill Pennywise because he's like a giant spider, right?
You mean like on the inside?
Yeah. Like when he transforms into the monster at the
I
end.
think he's a clown.
I know he's a clown, but isn't he like some sort of spider monster?
Or you're saying
Like,
like
when they're in the tunnels.
when
at the
they're
end?
truly like who he actually is?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I should read the books.
I'm pretty sure he's a giant spider monster. I could be wrong about that. Wait, can you look that up? Is Pennywise a spider?
Yeah, is Pennywise actually a spider?
Pennywise can't, but Pennywise is actually an ancient shape-shifting trans-dimensional
Okay,
evil.
so he's not. He's just a he's a shapeshifter.
So, but at one point, I believe he turns into something very spider-like.
No, he does, but
Yeah.
that's not what he is.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
He is a shapeshifter.
But he takes a half clown, half spider appearance. So kill him because it's a spider.
Okay.
That's the overall point.
All right. Fair.
I guess fuck Leatherface. I don't know him. There's something exciting about that. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, who is this guy? And you know what? I would marry Hannibal Lecter because, like, as fucked up and crazy as he is, he does have some kind of weird morality.
There's a code.
There's a code. Like, he helps out Jodie Foster after that guy throws the cum on her or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he does.
He saw her get wronged, and he was like, "I'll help you."
He's also a doctor.
Good point. That's a good point.
Makes
what
a
we
lot
were
of
talking
money.
about earlier.
Makes good money.
Yeah.
Back to what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Doctor alert.
Doctor alert. Yeah.
I would.
Mhm.
I'm killing Leatherface.
Okay.
As exciting as it is to fuck someone you don't know and fuck a stranger, which is exciting because I have never seen those movies.
Right.
I am not the. You know what's funny? I do like not leather but latex. You ever see like those porns where the person has latex?
Yeah.
I love a good latex porn, or
Okay.
like the person has the Gimp mask on or some shit.
Okay.
It's kind of hot. I'm
Yeah.
with that, but I don't like it when it's someone else's skin as much.
That's fair. That's, you know what? Fair take.
and, yeah, and he's like the other two at least have a more normal face.
Okay.
So I'm a looks guy. Leatherface is getting killed. I would for sure. I'm fucking Pennywise. He's a clown. It's a little more hot, and I'm marrying Hannibal Lecter. He's a doctor.
Yeah. I think we
And
both had married.
Yeah, we're both marrying Lecter. He's just there's more saneness to him. There's not all the way sane. Obviously, he eats people, but there is like you said, there's a code.
There's a code.
And you know what else? I like talking, so I'd love the walks and talks I'd have with him.
Yeah, he definitely has interesting ideas on stuff.
Yeah, we'd have great conversations. And
Yeah,
I'd disagree with him, and he wouldn't be like at this point. He's not eating me, right? We're married.
We're
He's not killing me.
married, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'd much rather be hanging out with him all day. Pennywise is just getting dick down.
That's so funny.
And he can transform into anything. That's really hot.
I guess that if you can transform into a even bigger spider, that's then maybe yeah.
Our next one, Val.
Nice.
Ooh, you want to read them at this time, Hassan? I'll go first.
Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers.
Now, have you seen all these movies, Hassan?
I don't think I've seen any of these movies.
You've never seen one of these individual. No, I told you Freddy
No,
versus
but
Jason.
I watched Freddy versus Jason.
So you've seen those two at least.
Yes, yeah.
But you've never seen. Wait, we didn't do Halloween for the podcast.
I don't think we did.
I did. I told it to Sam. We did do. I didn't tell it to you.
Okay. But I know I'm very much aware of these guys.
I mean, I will say this. Just sidebar. The first Halloween is one of the greatest scary movies of all time.
Okay.
For a reason. Like when
Okay.
you watch it, you're like, oh, this is timeless for you. This was made perfectly.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I would. God, Michael Myers and Jason are kind of so similar.
Right.
But again, I'm a looks guy, so I gotta kill Freddy.
Ah.
The other two at least have masks on because all three of these guys are very ugly,
Right.
so they're not my types. But I love a big man. You know, I love a man who's gonna be able to take care of me, hold me, carry me if he needs to, out of a situation, out of a fire, out of the rain. So I'm killing Freddy. I am. This one's a little tough because they're so similar.
They're very similar.
They're so similar, Jason and Michael. You know what though? I'm gonna kill Jason because he's dead and it's a little more gross. Michael's at least alive. Now, conversations with both very dull. Obviously, the conversationalist would be Freddy,
right.
but Freddy's also a little annoying and his face is burnt,
Yes.
and you can't be
Well,
both. Those
I think
things.
all their faces are kind of fucking fucked up.
No, Michael's a normal guy. His face is covered.
Oh, I thought his face was fucked up as well.
No, he's a mask on.
You can have a mask on. But Jason has a mask on. His face.
No, but Jason's dead. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So if you go watch the Halloween movie, it's not nothing happens to his face. He's not like
Okay.
he doesn't get. He just wears a mask because he's a fucking serial killer psychopath.
Okay.
So he does have a normal face. So I am fucking Jason because it's hot and he's a big guy and I don't mind that. Bear shit. It'd be rough bear sex with him.
Right.
It'd be really rough, crazy sex with him.
Right.
Freddy's just a little annoying, and that would at a certain time I wouldn't want to be around it.
Okay.
And Michael, quiet, a little distant. So I wouldn't.
Good dad. Good dads are distant.
Yeah, a good dad. Probably would be a great dad to our kids, but a little distant. So I don't know how much I'd like that. But out of my choices, I'm marrying him.
Okay. Whew. Yeah, it's tough. A part of me wants to kill Michael just because there was my first weekend working at La Jolla. There was a comic who did impressions, and one of his impressions was Michael Myers breakdancing. But before he would breakdance. He would walk through the crowd like really creepily
With the song playing?
with the song playing, and it would be like deeply uncomfortable in the room.
How's that song go?
But it would be
It's
like
classic.
yeah,
Like says time was I mean, that's why the movie is perfect. Everything about that movie is perfect.
right. But it would be deeply uncomfortable. So I guess the fact that I've had a deeply uncomfortable personal experience with Michael Myers makes me want to kill him.
That's fair.
Jason Voorhees. I guess between Jason and Freddy, I would fuck Jason. Just because we in a relationship, I don't think we can both be mama's boys. You know what I mean? That's just too needy.
He is a mama's boy.
Yeah, he's a mama's boy. I'm a mama's boy. Two mama's boy in one relationship, I think is too much. And then I guess marry Freddy because he's the man of my dreams.
Oh, I like that.
It's pretty good, right? Yeah.
I like that. That was a good answer.
Yeah.
That was a great answer, my friend.
Yeah. So that's what I would pick.
This the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. I'll read these aloud. We have Sadako Yamamura, which
That's
I'm
from
assuming
The
is The Ring. We have Ghostface, which is Scream. And we have Candyman, which is just classic black scary guy. Literally not even a horror movie, just a regular black dude, Candyman.
Oh, really?
No, he's a bad person.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
on Beetlejuice shit. Can't say his name 3 times in the mirror.
Okay, and he's like a dead guy?
Yeah. God, it's been so long since I've seen the original. Have you seen those, Val? Candyman?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen the original. I don't know his backstory all the way. But I know if you say his name 3 times in the mirror, he'll show up.
Right. Okay.
And
Okay, I'll go
kill
first.
you.
Well, you gotta kill Candyman. That's a classic horror movie. The black guy's gotta die first. Obviously. Did I ever show you this sketch I wrote? This is like before you moved to LA, but it was called. This is when the Ghostbusters females, the women Ghostbusters came out, and so I wrote a sketch called Ghostbusters Detroit, where all the Ghostbusters are black and the ghost doesn't know who to kill first, so no one dies.
That's really good.
Um,
That's really good.
yeah. And then fuck Ghostface. You know what I mean? It's multiple people. That could be fun.
Ooh, that's hot.
Ghostface is 2 people, right? In every movie, it's 2 people.
Yeah, you could be a threesome there.
Yeah, it could be a threesome there. And then Mary Sudoku. I like Asian women. So that's my
Wait, is she Asian?
Yeah, her name is Sudoku. She's Japanese. That's a Japanese name.
Huh. She's not yellow. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
This one's a little tough. That's funny to say. This one's a little more difficult than the others.
This is the only one with a woman in it.
This is the only one with a woman in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm definitely marrying Sudoku Yamaura. She's famous. I mean, she's a woman. And I guess she is famous. She's in a hit movie that you can't watch or you die. But she was in a hit film.
Yeah, she's in a film.
So I would say I'm marrying her. Oof. This is where it's tough. Who do I want to fuck? You know what? I mean, and I'm being honest with you, I'm probably fucking the Candyman because it's just something sweet about that ass. Something sweet about that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he's a black man.
Right. You can't kill a black man.
I can't kill a black man. I can't be a part of that. I'll fuck him and we'll be, banished from our community. But I will not murder him.
And I will gladly be a part of the system.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. And I would have to kill Ghostface because, like I said, it's multiple people, and it's like, bro, honestly, you're not that scary. You look like a fucking idiot. Like, look at these 2. That's horrifying.
Those are very scary. Well, you know what?
This one's supposed to be kind of goofy.
It's supposed to be kind of goofy, and I think the fact that it's like such a mass-produced Halloween mask now, it doesn't feel as threatening as. Like, if everyone dressed up as the Green Girl every year, you might feel a little less afraid of it.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny? People do, because someone is every year dressing up like the Green Girl, but just not in the droves of things.
No, this is bro, if you don't have a Halloween costume on Halloween morning, you can go to a store and they'll probably have that mask.
Bare minimum that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's so many last-minute Halloween costumes. Is that?
Yeah, with the knife, the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why, honestly, you know what? That's why I'm killing Ghostface, because I don't fuck with a basic bitch.
That's very fair.
Everyone had fair takes.
Everyone had fair takes.
That's been the episode today, guys.
Right.
Please tune in next week. Also, guys, I am headlining the Riot in Houston, Texas, November 30th. Saturday, 7 p.m., November 30th. I am headlining the Riot in Houston, Texas. Please come out. That link's not even up, so that's why I'm not. Literally, the ticket link's not even up, so I'm not even really worried about it yet. Okay. But from Val, we'll put this at the beginning. Well, we'll make sure from now on we put our dates at the beginning of the episode, so we'll just start doing that. But for this one, don't worry about it. And I'm headlining Baltimore soon. I don't have the dates yet, but I'll be there soon headlining. But again, November 30th, Houston, Texas, 7 p.m. on the Riot. Please come out. Or just put that in your brain for when those dates and the links come up. But we'll have that in the future.
And I'm headlining San Jose, November 11th or 10th. Let me see what date. Sorry, it's I know it's a Sunday, so it's like I should have it on November 10th. I'm headlining San Jose Improv.
Ooh.
So come on out to that.
Should I come with you for that?
Do you want to?
Yeah, that might be fun.
Okay.
But guys, next week we have a very, very special treat for you. So please tune into the Solid Show next week because we legitimately have a very, very special treat. See you next week.
Later.